did you buy your tzitzis?
I bought a tallis with reed scissors from him. Yeah,
Yeah. How much did you pay for it?
I don't remember. I didn't buy tailors. It was just white.
Oh, you just bought white, but with that binding.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hard for me to understand. I'd like to start over here with the tzitzis here on page Reish Lamed again.
Uh-huh.
I really don't understand exactly how it goes. I wind my own tzitzis usually,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm used to the count, which comes to 39.
Right.
He's telling me this, and you're telling me, explaining to me to this, which is not easily seen over here, that there's another section of 313s. So I guess you count 13 and you make this other section. Is that how it goes?
Count three.
You count
Every
you,
every three, you wrap the thread around it, the string around it, and then keep going.
every three. What?
Every three are grouped together.
Okay, let's. So just for my own knowledge, just to really kind of understand three, is that normally what you have is you have a long white string because I use
Yeah.
techelas. So you have a long
Yeah.
white string, and you take that white string and you wrap it around 7 times.
Yeah.
Right now, so what are you saying? You take the white string and you wrap it around 3 times?
No, you're still gonna do 7 times, but after every three windings, I don't know if it's that long one or a different one. One of the strings is going to like hold those three in place, make a little bit of a space, and then you go and continue the next three, and then you do one. You still do the double knot, but after the next two, you're also gonna wrap around those two to make a little space.
Okay, well let's just see how this would go. So you would have you say what? We're doing seven. Let's start to the first one. You're doing seven. So seven, of course, is not divisible by three. So you'll have one left over. So let's say you have three wrappings and then some kind of a space, which I really, it's not so easy for me to understand this. And then you do another three, right? And then you're going to do one, and then then you're going to tie a knot.
Not really not. If you look at, as I open up again here, this Ben's Tallit shop,
Yeah. I can't
the
get
one
it
that
on my
says
big. Yeah.
Ari and Razin, the fourth for the left.
Okay, hold on for a second. Let me see if I'm trying to get it a different way. Let me get out here. Come on. I'm talking to you on the phone, so that's in Skype. So that's the reason why this isn't working. Let me call you back on regular phone.
Okay.
Okay. Oh gosh, what have I got here? I don't know how to hang up. Call back. It's Skype, ongoing call. So what do I want to do? Turn it off. I don't know how to turn it off. I Skype, and it won't show it to me. Otherwise, Skype. Okay. I'll have to reboot my phone. I just don't know how to get it off. This phone is very complicated. Rabbi, ongoing missed call, call back, Skype ongoing call. How do I stop it? I don't know. Okay, I have to reboot. I'll call you in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. I still don't know how to work this phone so well. Let's see. Where should I be at? I'm trying to get the speaker. Oh gosh. Uh, I'm going to turn speaker on. Okay. Now I got the speaker on. Let me go to Skype and look at this. Yeah, I think that would be a really nice thing to have. Maybe I'll call him up, Leonetta. Let's see. So I'm supposed to be in Skype. That is Skype. Okay, Yaakov Kruzover. Oh man, here it is. Tying customs. I could go like this. Okay. So you said, yeah, I can see him better now. Ravad Ari Redzin.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it as big as I can. I can't get it on my computer yet. Um, okay, so I'm not sure exactly what that is. It looks like mine, but I can't make it bigger so that I can see it. Okay, but I'll take your word for it. Let's go to the Rav because there's a lot of time under the bridge here. On number Kuf Mem Zion, I guess we could read it down at the bottom here because it's review. Ugeneged etal osius sheyesh ba'arba b'shemus elu, which is asmab. Ba'arba b'shemus achavavayot b'midlui avs asmab. He said yesh b'hem tal osius. So we say there are 39 letters in asmab. So he explains that. Let's go to the next one. Heim tal krichos shebetzitzis shehem yud gimel holios. So he said, "V'hatal krichos." So we must be talking about the wrappings. That refers to the wrappings themselves. She'oseh b'kol kanaf me'arbecha b'kanf tzitzis. You put on every corner of the 5 corners of the tzitzis. Heim rumazin la'arba miluim shehem havayas shehem asmab, which is a reference to what the havayas that are represented by asmab. Sheyesh b'chem tal osios ki kol chulia yesh bo gimel krichos. So that's okay. So you're explaining what you tie 3, and then there would be some sort of a space. I couldn't see that in this drawing here. It looks like my tzitzis the way that I do it. So at any case, so that's the Ben Ish Chai is a different one, and the neatest one looking to me would be the Ravad. That looks very neat to me. But at any rate, that's just a look. So this is the ARI, and I'm trying to look at it, understand it. So at any rate, this is the ARI one, and let's go on. So you do these Gimel Krichos. Let me see, that's a Ben Ish Chai, this is the ARI. He says Gimel Krichos, which is, you say 3 wrappings. It's a, after every 3, you count 3, and then you do wind up with 13 sets of 3. This is another, say, a combination of 39. So he says that you have 39 and actually the basic wrappings. Then you have another 39, which you could put together by 3 sets of 13, or let's see, 13 sets of 3. Begimel pamim yud gimel v'yotzech benonu tal. So it comes out for us like this tal. Kosev goes in biurim hibek b'shem marash vital. So going on. Okay, so however that works, I'm going to bleed that, or I'm going to find out. Then we go to Inyan Tzitzis sheyichel kefulim b'shazurim, so they have to be doubled over and they have to be twined. So let's go over here. It says again, from the chasadim and the gevuras of ima, enam yotzin tzitzis mifnei atzmam. They do not generate tzitzis. So he's saying that the only part that generates tzitzis is going to be the other 2 mochim. Because they are part of the upper 3 mochim. So let's go on and let's see what else they had to say here. And this is the reason why you need to double them around. You mean, and also they have to be the tzitzit. I guess he means the strings themselves have to be intertwined. Twined. That's my word for it. But if you don't do this, then the tzitzits are no good. Because of the concept of chassadim gevuros, which are not considered to be mochim by themselves. That right there is a novelty or something novel there. But they're actually a part of the others because they triangulate the others. Let's go to the Tiv on number Resh, which would be Kuf Mem Tes. So he says here, Hine that's when I ran. I'm in light print. I'm sorry. Tzitzit is hey ma'arish shnei hamochim. So where do they come from? They come from the radiance from the two mochim. Oh, mecha'aretz muach hachachma de'ima, and he says, or specifically from the chachma of muach hachma de'ima shezug bechidas atzitzis shal techeded v'halav v'yachad. And when we say that, what is this? The chachma of ima is the combination. I guess he means in olam atzilus. Shezecha bechinas atzitzis shal techeded v'halav v'yachad. Sheyicha bezman shebesim mektish yikayim, which is a situation at that time where they're coming from the moach of chachma of ima. Oh, mecha'aras hamochim shal moach habina the mitzad ima, or from the bina or tzad bina. Shezuchu bebechinas atzitzis shebel halavan levada, which is only lavan. So if it's going to come from the bina of ima, or if it's going to come from the avada of ima, it's going to depend on whether it's not going to be whether it's going to have a blue thread or it's not. Shehem hayotzim atam bizman the churban, which are coming out now at this time of the destruction. Am the mishtera mamochim shehem chasadev agavur shachot te'azlach the b'tzad ima, from that side that comes from the side of ima. He says ein yotzim b'chem b'pechid tzitzis. So you don't see tzitzis. He says now again. Let me read this again. He says amnam b'shnei hamochim shehem chasadev b'das. You don't get tzitzis out of there. And he explained who the reason for this is the emis and tzitzis do not generate it from there. So these two mochim, which we call the chassadik gevurah das, actually their existence is really based on what's fed into them from chochma bina up above them. So the chassadim das are really an extension. I say you word section extension. He says they're included in the mochad of gevurah das nichlal. Of course, the das is incorporated in the other side of muach bina. Number kuf now non aleph is b'shum kach for this reason. Chutim shal tzitzis lehiyos kefula b'shazurim. So they have to be really wrapped around each other or intertwined. It's not intertwined. They have to have multiple strings. I think he means to say in one string. Because this is a remes to that, the concept that there are mochim there that incorporated, in other words, one inside the next. So now that you have them doubled and you have them intertwined, so it's absolutely something that has to be like that, and that's the way it's got to go. So the reason why the chutim have the tzrichim, so that's a reference to that concept that they're actually not the main what would you say, the beginnings of the tzitzis. They're not the shorish of the tzitzis, but actually they're an extension of the mochin of Abba Ima, or of Chochma Bina of Ima. Because the chasadim and the gevuras of the das behem einem mochim miyuchadim b'fnei atzman, they're not mochim by themselves. Elachem nechlala b'mochim al yodeh bechem shehem b'mochim nechokma bina. Let's go to Kuf Nun Vav up at the top, and it says B'lahoras then to show this. So you have to really intertwine the string itself is with multiple strings. That's the way I understand it. Ha'amna be'elach hatzitzio shal l'techela b'shman shebeis hamikdash. Said the shame that you had there at the time that the base of Mikdash was around. Asher be'edem ela b'muach ha'chachma de'ima, where all the tzitzits are coming really from the muach ha'chachma de'ima. And also the chesadas is all coming from the right side, the right side of the middle, and the right side. And you can put in the so they're part. That whole thing is a part of the concept of the tzitzis and the lovin. So we have 32 different strings. Connected lamed base aqua, which are like the 4 different names that you have in the name aqua, which is a 4-letter name. Shebemuach chesed de'ima, shehi nikra techila gevura de Abba, which is originally was the gevura of Abba. Canal. Ve'eluch ha'belamed beis chasad, the chasadim nechlalim im alamed beis chachma de'ima. So therefore you have the 32 chasadim become a part of the 32 of the chachma of Ima. V'na'asim lamed beis chudim shuzurim yachad. So then this concept of that you have one wrapped around the next, or the strings themselves are intertwined. So he says that's to show you that the chachma and chasan das go together. So Marchul gives us a bracha that we should understand this. So when you see that there are 32 strings with these chasadim, then we had the ability to be able to complete the tzitzias, the chachma, the ima, the lamed beis chutin, because we can add that in. Let me read that again. He says, so that allows us to be able to make it to 32 im at the chelas together with the chelas. Sheim l'cho came, but it's not that. Lo koyu b'anach b'koich l'hosi v'chut ha'hu ha'chaser l'mala. We wouldn't have the power, the strength to be able to add that on. Let's see if I can get through some of this on Kuf Nun Vav over here down at the bottom on page Reish Lamed Bet. It says, "Uv'kedei la'asos zeicha v'chesad v'gavur sanichlala b'mochem b'shachal ha'chba b'bina uv'zecha b'shachut chatzitz kefulim for shazucha b'yacha b'zeh na'asa remez al l'mochem shal ha'chesad v'ha'gavur sanichlala b'yacha." So that the twining of them together of each string is the concept of these two mochim coming together, shel b'chachma bina. So he says the gevuras for the chlala b'yachad b'mochim shel chachma bina. So that's how this goes. So the tzitzis that have the two together, shehem tzitzios and noagim b'zman shebeis hamikdash kayim. Hem yotzim ha'aras hamochim shel muach ha'chachma. They come out from the radiance. They come from the mochim v'chachma shehem kefulim b'shazur miyachad. In mocha chasad the das with the mocha chasad the das for shnecha memocha mechaladoch the hachma chasad the das yotzim u'raven. So they're all they're mixed together biyachad. V'zechav ramas b'tzitzios shal techelas v'lovin. So we see that the multicolored techelas. Okay, just a little bit more. But shisha aser chutim. So now that you have 16 chutim shebetzitzios shehem kefulim v'shazurim. Nimsa shebechute chatzitzios of fulim yesh lamed beis chutim mecherim. So there's another 32 besides them. He said there's she'edach b'lamed beis chutim sheyesh bechute chatzitzios of fulim v'chashvurim heim ramazim al lamed beis osius sheyesh ba'arba b'milu v'shem shel aqua. So we'll stop right there, and we'll try to pick it up on the other side. Thank you very much. Call to. Now, let me just take a second and get out this book. Put this back over here and bring you back one more time for the. Let's find it. Here it is. for this view of what is about to be spoken about, which is this concept here called, this is the chug, or this is the chug, rather, this is the Gevura Sadas of Abba. Abba, as we said before, has four mochin, separate mochin within him. Every moach has four mochin within it, and these are the mochin of Bina. So Abba, in the mochin of Abba, he has a chokhmah, he has a chesed das, a Gevura das, and a Bina. This is all Abba. What happens is that there's a switch, whereas that the chokhmah of this aqua is going to move over to the Bina side. And I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go. We're going to find that out in the next scene. He shows it that the chila, because of the chilaf right here, it's a switch. They switch positions. So we're going to have to understand is that the Bina of Abba becomes the Chachma of Bina. Funny words. And then you see that the Gevura of Das of Abba becomes the Chesed of Das of Ima. Why? Because everything that comes from Abba, if it switches into Ima, is going to be Panimi to it. And so therefore it means it's going to be on the right. Oh, this is Baruch Fleischman. Hope that helped out a little bit. I'm a little bit confused, so I have to go through the Tzitzit idea, and I'm going to get in touch with Ben's Tallit shop and see if I can get myself, I can afford it, another set of Tzitzits. All the best, Baruch Fleischman.